Trump has criticized you a number of times in the past couple of days on a number of different issues, one of them being COVID in the state.
What I would just say is this. I roll out of bed. I have people attacking me from all angles. It's been happening for many, many years. And if you look at the good thing about it, though, is like if you take a crisis situation like COVID, the good thing about it is when you're an elected executive, you have to make all kinds of decisions. You got to steer that ship. And the good thing is that the people are able to render a judgment on that, whether they reelect you or not. And I'm happy to say, in my case, not only did we win re-election, we won with the highest percentage of the vote that any Republican governor candidate has in the history of the state of Florida. We won by the largest raw vote margin, over 1.5 million votes, than any governor candidate has ever had in Florida history. And in fact, we almost doubled the previous record, which I think was like 780,000 vote margin. And so what I would just say is that verdict has been rendered by the people of the state of Florida.
Would you be able to share any more about why your office sent out a request for information to universities related to gender-based care?
Yeah, because we're gonna, we've already done. Well, what do you mean by gender-based care? You mean like sex change operations?
That request.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, I don't think we use that term. You used it, so I'm asking you to define it. Do you include puberty blockers in that?
I think the request was for all care related to gender dysphoria.
Okay. So, look, you have, and this is sad, but this is going on. You're having, in our society, they're giving teenagers, kids, puberty blockers. They're doing sex change operations. And so we actually have very, young adults who went through this when they were minors, and they're saying this was a huge mistake. And in fact, it's not evidence-based when you start talking about sex changes and puberty blockers. So we've worked through our department or our medical licensing board to say that you in the state of Florida, if you're performing those procedures on these minors, you're going to lose your medical license here in Florida. So that is happening. We're also going to work with the legislature to make sure that we put that into statute so that you're able to have accountability in that sphere. So when you're talking about publicly funded institutions, those are not things that I think are an appropriate use of your tax dollars. And I do think, unfortunately, you have seen this done at some publicly funded things. 5 years ago, I don't think anyone even knew this was going on or talked about it, certainly not 10 years ago. Now it's become kind of a cottage industry. And I think what the research has shown in places like Sweden and other places, they reversed course on going down that direction. They started, and no, that's not right, because these are young, very young people, and they have all kinds of things that go on, when you're in those years. The way to deal with that, and most of it resolves itself by the time they become adults, but the way to deal with that is to provide whatever counseling is needed, not to hack off their body parts. That is not a solution to the problem. That is mutilation, and it is wrong.